Hola amigos y amigas, you are now with Jocelyn y como siempre, I'm so grateful you are here. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. You already know all the goodness we're going to be getting into in this video. And if you are new here, welcome as well. If you enjoy lifestyle, spirituality, self-development, journaling, and all of that good stuff, then make sure to click subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my weekly videos. And most importantly, you join in on this beautiful, growing community. In this video, my friends, I'm going to be sharing 8 journaling prompts that are directly inspired by our upcoming full moon in Virgo that we have taking place on March 18th, 2022, and I'm going to be guiding you through each and every single prompt, expanding on the intention and intending to really assist you in diving deeper into each prompt. So you don't have to do all the prompts if you don't want to. I always recommend that you just lean into the prompts that really call to you, that really resonate with you at this time under this moon. But this Virgo full moon is taking place just a few days before the beginning of spring, before spring equinox. And so that truth in and of itself, the truth that this is our last full week in the season of winter, in a winter that has been very significant for so many of us, is what makes this Virgo full moon special and significant, partly what makes it special and significant, and what makes this week just very pivotal, because again, we are literally in that transitional state from winter to spring. So this week and this moon really has like New Year vibes, because the season of spring is the season in which life begins to bloom, seeds begin to sprout, you know, the earth below us begins to warm up and, you know, give birth to new life. And these themes that we see taking place in nature really reflect the themes that are taking place within our own individual and collective lives. So that is how I really navigate my life and my journey and my unfolding and my reflections, is in really witnessing and observing nature and seeing Mother Earth as a teacher and as a guide. And so I really leaned into this in these prompts. So we're going to be setting intentions. We're going to be reflecting on, you know, how this season of winter has been so sacred for us. And I'm really excited to share these with you. I can go on and on, but if you would like to gain a deeper understanding and higher conscious awareness of the overall energy for this week and for this Virgo full moon, I highly recommend that you check out the energy reading that I shared here on my channel on Sunday. I'll put it in the cards here and in the description below. But this video, you'll definitely get a vibe for the overall energy of the moon and this week as well. But I'm really, again, excited to share these with you, and we'll expand on all of this more. So without further ado, let's get into these 8 journaling prompts. Why has this season of winter been sacred for me? I'm sharing this prompt as the first prompt that I share with you in this video intentionally, partly with the intention for it to serve somewhat as like a warm-up exercise to begin to get the juices in our minds and spirits and bodies flowing, and for us to begin to really call in the experiences and acknowledge the experiences that we've had in this season that we are transitioning out of. This is our last week in this season, and keep in mind that we first stepped into this season back in 2021. And so I feel like because we stepped into this season last year, we brought forth some of the energy of the past with us into this new year. And now that we are officially stepping out of this season, I feel like we're also officially stepping out of 2021, but I feel like that won't really truly sincerely happen unless we take these moments to sit down with ourselves and hold space for reflection and contemplation and acknowledgement of what exactly it is that we are transitioning out of, what exactly it is that we are transitioning into. So I'm hoping that all of these prompts assist you with that, but I wanted to really start with this prompt. And I'm pretty sure that as we continue to journey through these prompts that I'm going to share with you, more and more may come up for you as to, why this season of winter has been so sacred for you. So feel free to begin writing and journaling this prompt now and revisiting it if you feel inspired to add on to it as you continue to journal the other prompts. But the other intention as to why I'm sharing this with you, aside from it serving as somewhat of a warm-up exercise, is simply because, again, I feel like this season, is a season worth honoring and is worthy of acknowledgement in a way that, calls us to, again, sit down and really hold space for it and to thank it and to really, again, just acknowledge and affirm just why and how it's been sacred for us. And, this could serve as somewhat of a farewell letter, as a thank you letter, as an affirmation that, we're transitioning out of this season, but we're so grateful for all the ways in which it has changed us and influenced us and prepared us for the spring to come. What karmic cycles am I affirming I have transcended? This is the final full moon of the zodiac year. And full moons in general are a time where we are affirming what it is that we're letting go. We are affirming what it is that we are releasing and shedding and transitioning out of. And so I really wanted us to really soak that energy all up and really affirm the karmic cycles, the karmic patterns, the karmic experiences that we are transcending, that we have transcended, that we are not bringing forth with us into this new season, into this new life, into this new year. And so if you do journal this prompt, I want you to approach it and approach your journaling with confidence and with full belief in yourself that you have transcended these cycles that you're writing down and that you are worthy of having transcended out of them, and that you are more than capable of bringing in new karmic cycles that bring forth new lessons and continue to ascend you and have you vibrating higher and have you not manifesting the past again and again like you may have in the past. So, my friends, affirm the karmic cycles that you have transcended. What do I feel ready for now that I didn't feel ready for recently? I know that some of you can resonate with this, and for those of you who can resonate to this feeling of I feel ready for this now. I feel ready to embody this. I feel ready to manifest this. I feel ready to work for this. I feel ready to call this in. I feel ready to let this go. And I'm aware that I actually wasn't ready for this not that long ago. I didn't feel ready to do this, to be this, but now I am. Something shifted within me. For those of you who resonate with this, please tap into this prompt and please acknowledge that intuitive sense that you have, that you are ready now. Claim that readiness in journaling this prompt. Write down what it is that you feel ready for now that you didn't feel ready for recently. And I want you to really acknowledge this shift that has taken place within you. And for those of you who somewhat feel this, but not fully feel this, or maybe don't feel this at all, I just want you to know that this feeling is going to progress as we progress into the Virgo full moon and into the season of spring, because again, we are transitioning out of this season that has been full of the past and has been having us do the work of letting go, of transcending karmic cycles. So if you did journal the previous prompt, use whatever it is that you wrote down in that prompt to assist you in this prompt if you feel like it may assist you in expanding on it. But y'all, let's claim, and let's acknowledge the readiness that we have within us and affirm it as we write it down. What unseen but felt manifestations am I trusting? I know that so many of us have been leaning into and strengthening the spiritual practice of trusting what we feel intuitively, but we do not see. Trusting what we feel intuitively, but we do not know all the details of yet. Many of us have been surrendering to not knowing everything and to not having control over everything. And this strengthening of trust, this deepening of trust in the unseen, in the unknown, is really beautiful. And it's going to increase, it's going to progress. And there's a reason why we have been aligning to certain spiritual practices. There's a reason behind, the experiences that we've been experiencing individually and collectively, because we are being prepared. We are being aligned. We are being led to seasons that are going to require us to have this strength, to have this trust, to have this acceptance and this surrender, and these foundational spiritual practices that are going to assist us in our continued ascension. So all of that said, I really wanted us to, again, just really acknowledge, what it is that we have been intuitively feeling and trusting those intuitive feelings, even if we do not see it yet, even if we don't have all the answers or details for it yet. Use this prompt to really get out of your head and onto the paper of what those intuitive feelings are and what exactly it is that you are trusting. In what ways has absence led me to deeper presence? This is a deep one, y'all. This is a deep one that may require you to really take a moment to soak it all in and really translate it in your own unique way, in whatever way it hits you specifically. How it hits me specifically is, a reflection of the last prompt, intuitively feeling something, but not seeing it. And not seeing it is the absence that has led me to the deeper presence of my intuition, the deeper intimacy and relationship and strengthening of trust and acceptance and surrender. So how have the absences that you've experienced led you to presences that you've experienced? This is a really beautiful prompt that has us connecting with our intuition, that has us connecting with the divine. And I encourage you all to lean into this one, even if it may be kind of hard to grasp for some, maybe. It's a really beautiful prompt. And we're only going to continue to experience absences in this life. And we can either allow those absences to, seemingly bring forth voids, or we can receive those absences and allow them to align us to a deeper presence that is a presence that's never of absence. I don't know if all of that made sense, but this is a really beautiful prompt. And if you feel called to lean into it, if you feel called to reflect on it and to understand it in your own way and expand on it in your own way, please do. How am I ideally investing my time and energy on a daily basis? This prompt is simply brought forth and offered to you because this Virgo full moon is going to bring some of our attention towards our daily routines and habits and our overall structure. So I just wanted to acknowledge that and align us to that theme of this Virgo full moon. So if you have found yourself reflecting on your structure and what improvements you feel called to make, or you feel intuitively like you need to make so that you do step into the season of spring with a stronger foundation and structure that complements you and feels supportive to you and assists your continued ascension, then this prompt is especially for you. What feels supportive when I am experiencing change? Again, as I touched on in the last prompt, this theme of us reflecting on, our daily routines and habits and overall structure with the intention to have us, creating and sprouting and experiencing life from a more supportive foundation and lifestyle is a theme that this Virgo full moon is bringing forth. So I wanted to continue to touch on that and lean into that and expand on that by having us reflect on what feels supportive as we experience change. So I'm not even gonna say so many of us, all of us have been experiencing a lot of change, a lot of change. And I hope that we have taken the time to really sit back and reflect on, as we've been experiencing all this change, what has felt supportive for us along the way? What kind of support, do we pray and do we affirm and are we open to receiving as we continue to experience change in this life? Because change is inevitable and change is a constant. So what feels supportive to you when you experience change? And allow yourself to reflect back on the times where perhaps you didn't have the support you wished you had, or reflect back on the times that you did have the support that you are so grateful that you had. And, again, may this prompt serve as an intention setting prompt, as an affirmative prompt where everything that you write down is what you are calling in as we transition from one season to the next. In what ways has my spiritual self assisted, ascended, and empowered my human self? There is a lot of Virgo and Pisces energy amongst us at this time, and because of that, there is going to be this sense of finding balance between our spirituality and our practicality and how they complement each other. So if you would like to expand on this prompt even more, also apply it to the vice versa. Like, how does your human self, or how has your human self assisted and ascended and empowered your spiritual self? And allow this prompt to clarify some of the ways in which they do balance each other and they do complement each other and they do support each other. Because I don't know about you, but I definitely opened my eyes more to receiving and experiencing and allowing my spiritual self to come forth. And that in and of itself, my spiritual self has shifted and changed and pivoted so much for me. So this prompt is rooted in us finding balance between our spirituality and our practicality, our spiritual side and our human side, our spiritual needs, our human needs, our intuition, and our, physicality, if you will. So how has your spiritual self, in what ways, really expand on this, be as specific and detailed as possible. And again, just allow yourself the space and time to really sit with this one, because I know there can be a lot to it, but I really just wanted us again to acknowledge, our spirituality and how much that has been brought forth in not only this winter season that we're transitioning out of, but this past year that we are officially transitioning out of. And that, my friends, are the 8 journaling prompts for our upcoming Virgo Full Moon taking place on March 18th, 2022, which again is the final full moon of the zodiac year and is taking place just a couple days before the beginning of spring equinox. This is our last full week of winter, such a sacred winter, such a significant winter. So this is a special full moon, y'all. This is a special week. And again, if you do want to gain a deeper understanding and higher conscious awareness of the overall energy of this week and this moon and this time, then check out the energy reading that I have in the description below and that I shared earlier in the cards. But I hope you all enjoyed these prompts and that you resonated with at least one of them. As always, I would love to know which one of the prompts you ended up journaling in the comment section below. I love cultivating community and connecting with you all in the comments below. So I hope to meet some of you there. But I am wishing us just the most special and sacred and beautiful Virgo full moon. May we be rooted in gratitude for, let me share an affirmation. I am grateful for all that I am and all that I have. I'm grateful for all that I was and all that I had. I am grateful for all that I will be and all that I will have. Because I feel like this affirmation is just very in tune with the transition that is taking place right now. We're in the midst of really stepping into the new. So keep strengthening your intuition, keep healing, keep investing time and energy into, beautiful experiences like this that bring you closer to yourself and your intuition and your inner knowing, and honoring yourself and remaining in alignment with intentionality. Thank you all so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Peace and blessings. So much love. Bye.